This car doesn't come with a user manual, it comes with a lawyer. And if you break just one rule, the manufacturer has the right to take it back forever. No road tests, no public drives, no freedom. That's the reality of owning one of the world's most exclusive hypercars, like the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta or the Ferrari Monza SP1. These aren't just vehicles. They're untouchable machines locked behind velvet ropes, protected by contracts, and guarded by billionaires. In fact, some owners are legally forbidden from adding mileage. Others must get permission just to modify the paint. Try to flip it too soon? You're blacklisted for life. It's a $10 million machine with rules stricter than a supermax prison. But why would anyone buy a car they're not even allowed to drive? The answer is more shocking and more strategic than you think. The $10 million status symbol, meet the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta, a hypercar so rare, it's practically priceless. Only 3 units exist in the entire world. One of them belongs to Horatio Pagani himself. The others, tucked away in private collections, guarded like fine art. But here's the twist. These cars aren't meant to be driven, not because they can't be, but because they shouldn't be. With a price tag of over $17 million, even a few extra miles on the odometer can cause its value to plummet by millions. Owners are advised, sometimes contractually obligated, to avoid unnecessary mileage. In fact, some buyers purchase them knowing they'll never take them out of the garage. It's not about performance, it's about prestige. Driving it is considered reckless. Parking it under spotlights? That's the move. The Zonda HP Barchetta represents the ultimate billionaire status symbol: raw power, handcrafted engineering, and exclusivity dialed up to 11. But instead of burning rubber, it sits silently, admired from a distance. Because in the hypercar world, mileage is more than a number. It's a liability. When your car is worth more than a private jet, keeping the wheels still might just be the smartest move of all. Too wild for the road. Ferrari Monza SP1. The Ferrari Monza SP1 looks like it was ripped straight out of a futuristic video game, but this machine is very real and very untouchable. With no windshield, no roof, and a single seat exposed to the elements, the SP1 is Ferrari's boldest tribute to pure, unfiltered speed. But there's a catch. It's not street legal in most parts of the world. Why? Safety regulations. In countries like the US, a windshield isn't optional, it's a legal requirement. Without it, you're not just braving the wind at 200 miles per hour, you're violating traffic laws the moment you hit the road. Ferrari knew this and didn't care. That's because the Monza SP1 isn't about transportation. It's about exclusivity, heritage, and adrenaline trapped in carbon fiber. Owners of the Monza SP1 aren't buying it for Sunday drives, they're collecting history. Ferrari only made 499 units, offered exclusively to its most loyal, high-net-worth clients. And even those lucky enough to get one often store it away like a crown jewel. With a 6.5-liter V12 engine and zero driver protection, the SP1 is too wild for the road, and that's exactly what makes it legendary. It's not built to be practical, it's built to be unforgettable. The secret rules: billionaires follow. Owning a hypercar isn't just about having money, it's about playing by unspoken rules that most people never hear about. When you buy a car like a Bugatti Divo, Pagani Huayra, or a LaFerrari, you're not just getting a vehicle, you're entering an elite club. And every club has rules. Many hypercar brands include strict clauses in their sales contracts. Things like no reselling for a certain number of years, no unauthorized modifications, and absolutely no excessive mileage. If you break these terms, you risk being blacklisted, banned from buying future limited editions, no matter how deep your pockets are. Some brands even choose the buyer, not the other way around. You can't just walk into Ferrari and ask for a Monza SP1. You need a history with the brand, a collection to prove your loyalty, and often, a personal relationship with the dealer or even the factory. And then there's reputation. If a buyer is known for flipping cars or disrespecting the brand, they're quietly blacklisted in the ultra-rich community. In this world, access is more valuable than horsepower, and maintaining your status requires playing by invisible rules that keep the luxury car elite, exclusive. The irony of untouchable power. These hypercars are engineering masterpieces, 800-plus horsepower engines, F1-level aerodynamics, and speeds that rival fighter jets. But here's the irony. Many of them are never driven. They sit behind glass, engines cold, wheels spotless, built to dominate the track, but locked in climate-controlled garages. Why? Because the very things that make them powerful also make them too valuable to touch. A single scratch, a few extra miles, or a slightly worn tire can cost an owner hundreds of thousands in resale value. So instead of being unleashed on winding roads, they're treated like museum pieces, photographed, polished, and occasionally turned on for sound, but rarely moved. It's the paradox of untouchable power. These machines are built to break records, but most of them never even break a sweat. And their owners? They're not racers, they're curators of modern art. Owning the car becomes the status symbol. Driving it? That's considered reckless. In a world where speed is the product, restraint is the flex. Because for the ultra-wealthy, true power isn't about how fast you can go. It's about having something no one else dares to touch. So why spend $10 million on a car you'll never drive? Because in the world of extreme wealth, it's not about utility. It's about identity. These hypercars are not transportation. They're symbols of power, exclusivity, and access. Anyone can own a fast car. But to own one that's never meant to touch the road? That's a different level of privilege. It's about having what others can't. Being on the list no one even knows exists. These machines represent rarity over performance, status over speed. They aren't driven because their value isn't in the engine. It's in the story, the scarcity, the name attached to them. In the end, owning the unobtainable isn't about driving it. It's about knowing you could and choosing not to. That restraint? That's the real flex. Because in this world, the more untouchable something is, the more valuable it becomes. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of untouchable hypercars, hit that like button. It helps more than you think. Want more stories about wealth, power, and the machines built for billionaires? Then make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an upload. And hey, share this with someone who still thinks owning a car is just about driving it.